everybody, Allison Pettin here with Josh Rothbard, Secure Planning Group. Hope everyone's doing well. Today we're going to be talking about the top 4 mistakes that we see when it comes to financial planning and goal planning in general. The first mistake that we see is that people don't do a good job of quantifying and really identifying what their financial goals are. So for example, we have a client that we'll work with and they'll say, hey, I want to retire at 65, or I want to plan for my children's education. What we do is we want to figure out what that actually means. When you retire at 65, how much money do you want in retirement, monthly or yearly? For example, it could be $4,000 a month, $5,000 a month. And then when it comes to education, for example, do you want to save for your kids' education for Penn State or for Yale? And how much is that actually going to cost? And how much of that cost you want to cover? So is it $30,000, $40,000, $50,000? Do you want to have them take loans? Those are the things that you definitely want to be thinking about and put a little bit more of the numbers and the information around it rather than just saying, I want to plan for education or I want to plan for retirement. So that's the first thing. Second thing is that we see is a lot of people have all their money in one bucket. For example, they might have all of their monies in the retirement bucket, for example, a 401k or an IRA, and we find out that they want to retire early. So that's definitely something that you want to think about because you can't touch those retirement monies until 59 and a half. So if you want to retire early, you need to have a bucket of money that is not tied up in the 401k that you can get to without penalties before that 59 and a half benchmark. So again, for number 2, something to think about is not having all of your eggs in one basket. That could be when it comes to retirement, or for example, having all your monies in one company's stock that you might get with the ESPP or stock options. So that's the second one, not having all your eggs in one basket. Josh, you want to hit on 3 and 4?
Yep, absolutely. So the third big mistake that we see is people do not diversify their tax buckets. So Allison just mentioned a 401k, and that's typically taxed when you pull the money out. What we don't see is people taking advantage of the Roth 401k option, or even non-retirement options where you're going to get taxed at a capital gains rate. So really there's going to be 3 options in retirement. If you pull money out of a 401k or a traditional IRA, you're going to get taxed at ordinary income. If you pull money out of a Roth, a 401k or IRA, there's no taxes, which is obviously great. And if you pull money, if you pull your gains or dividends out of a non-retirement account, you're going to get taxed at a capital gains rate. So we really want to see people diversify their tax buckets as well. And finally, the 4th thing is we find that people aren't properly insured, whether that's for life insurance or for long-term care insurance. You've all heard the statistics. The number one thing that can drain your assets in retirement is an extended illness or injury that requires long-term care insurance. If you're not properly insured, you're going to be at risk of dwindling down your retirement assets, and that can also affect your legacy planning, what goes to the next generation. So those are the 4 top things that we see people make mistakes on. And if you have any questions on that, certainly reach out to us. We could be a great resource. And as always, feel free to forward this video on to anybody in your network who you think might find some value. So thanks everybody for listening to our video, and we will see you next month with a new topic. Bye-bye.